Hey you, and welcome to today's video. So for today's video we are going through Haus Laboratories Glam Room #1 eyeshadow palette, which is their holiday collection and the first eyeshadow palette that they have released. And if you don't know anything about Haus Laboratories, this is created by the famous Lady Gaga, which I'm pretty sure every single person in this entire world knows who she is. And she has come out with this whole entire collection, and you can find it at hauslaboratories.com, I think. I just bought this when it was released, and because I was really excited to try something of her really, and I got 3 products. I got the pressed eyeshadows because they also have liquid eyeshadows. I got a lip gloss, and I got the eyeliner because I feel like these products are products that I use consistently. I use them all the time, and I love lip glosses, I love eyeshadows, I love eyeliners, and I just feel like this is pretty much a complete set. And also it's worth mentioning they have like these Christmas collection kits right now, so if you're really quick you might be able to get some of their collection because they have bundles, and I think they're awesome. But we are creating this stunning look that I'm wearing right now using this palette. It is not an easy look I have created. It is not easy. I'm not gonna swipe that under the rug. It is time consuming, but at the same time I wanted to see how it performs when you have to do a bit of a more advanced look where precision is important and also where blending is important, and there's a lot of things to think about. So I am creating this look using this palette. I'm gonna go through what I think about the whole thing at the end of this video, and yeah, that was pretty much everything for now. So we're just gonna get right into the video. So let's just start talking about the packaging. I think it looks kind of gorgeous and a little bit cool even, but it's a small palette. It's not too thick, and it also has this little Haus Laboratories Glam Room #1, and this is the palette Fame. And I really love this, like, I don't know if you call it like a diamond shape, that it has the kind of material where your fingerprints will stick to it. I've just had this out of the package for like 5 minutes, and there's already this much fingerprints on them. So if you're that kind of person who doesn't like that, then that will actually bother you, I think. Otherwise it feels like it has a nice weight to it. And now if we go into it, this is the shades. They look like this. So you have about you have 10 different colors, and you have like a neutral tone ones right here, and then you have some purples here, and then you have your auburn tones like brown and red and gold and black. So we do have a lot of different colors and a lot of different shades. You have some shimmers, and then you have matte. So you have 4 matte, and then the rest of them are shimmers. So this is like a really good spectrum of color. You can do a lot of looks with this. And on the back of it you have all the shadows. So you have Cake, Applause, Curtain Call, Contour, Scotch, Spotlight, Cameo, Shimmy, Slipper Room, and Top Hat. And they're actually quite catchy, the names. I like them a lot. It comes with a really good, like a good size mirror right here. The mirror is all over the package. You will have some fingerprints there as well, but I do like the size of the mirror because, like I mentioned before, I like to sit with my mirror and do my makeup and not have to put it down and use another separate mirror. So that is something I really like. If you have a look at the pads itself, they're actually glued in and they're kind of crooked. So I just think that it doesn't look really that good inside the palette, but really this is just like an aesthetic part and something that I thought about. I'm not here for the packages, I'm here for the material in it itself and for the shadows. So if the shadows deliver, then that's not something that I will think about in the future. It's just something that catches your eyes. It's something that can bother people if you like it like really strict. But that's pretty much it regarding the palette in itself and the first impression on the palette. So we're just gonna go straight into it. So I'm just gonna zoom you in, and then we're gonna move on to making the eyes look beautiful. So we're gonna start out by going into the color Top Hat, which is this color right here. So I'm just taking a smaller brush. For those of you who are interested, this is the Morphe E18, and I'm going to place this just above my crease. Just dragging it like a line. So I'm taking quite a lot of color here. Okay, Okay, so that actually applied really, really well. I think there's a lot of pigment for the amount I picked up. I like that. You just want to apply this above your crease, so not in your crease line, just above it. And a little bit upwards. To apply nicely. There's a lot of pigment. It's super smooth. I like that. And then we're just changing it up. So we're going into this color right here, which is the Slipper Room. And we're just grabbing quite a lot of it. And we're going in with a smaller brush, which is the Morphe E36. And we are just going in and placing this at the bottom. So we are just darkening this up a little bit. And we're not placing it all over the line that we made before. We're just placing it at the bottom, so underneath. So it builds really nicely. So far, I really like this. I wasn't actually expecting this. This is actually really good. So you can see that we have like two different colors. We have a little bit of a red tone going on, and then we have the purple tone, which I like. And then we're just gonna go in with the same brush that we used for the color Curtain Call, and we're just gonna blend them together. Now we're going in and we're going to clean up. I don't know why I'm super red on my nose, but I just am. How amazing. I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna clean up my eye. Okay, so once you've cleaned it up with your makeup remover or makeup wipe, make sure that you actually save it because you're going to use it one more time and you want to be friendly to the environment. So yeah, there are a lot easier way to do this, but I just like to clean it up because I just feel like I can get a little bit more precision with it and I can still get the faded like gradient effect. We're going to actually go in and we're going to create a liner. So for this step, you could either use like a black liner or you can just use the shadow inside the palette itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my eyeliner for this, so like a normal black eyeliner, and then I'm going to fill in the blackness with the shadow from the palette. You just want to grab the angled brush and we're just going to go and we're just going to grab this to the outer part and we're going to drag like a line. You want to create the shape first, the shape upwards, because this one right here will be like your guide for how this is gonna go. You want to make sure that you look down so that you can see your entire crease, and then I'm just gonna grab this here and I'm gonna add this upwards, and I'm gonna stop like in the third part somewhere, like maybe right here. And then I'm just gonna fill it in. There we go, and you can see that we have like a really, really nice line inside there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a flat brush. I'm gonna be using a smaller brush. This is the Makeup Forever 208 in straight, and I'm just gonna dip in to the black shade right here, which is the color Top Hat, and we're gonna fill in the liner because it is gonna act like a base for the blackness. So we're gonna set it, and because I know that black usually has a lot of fallout, that's why I asked you to save the makeup wipe that you used before, because we're gonna have to remove some underneath and to even make this line super, super duper sharp. Next up, I'm gonna show you the part that pretty much nobody shows you on camera. It's the fact that you need to clean up, because you're gonna get a really nice line, but if you clean it up, it's gonna be so straight and it's gonna look so pretty. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe I tried to make the Instagram perfect reality without a cleanup wipe. So just remove the blackness underneath like this, and then grab a clean section and start like pull your eye. There you go. You can see that that just became a lot better. It just looks like, if you compare the two, this one looks it just enhances my eye shape and makes just my eyes look super good if you compare it to this one, which is pretty much what you will get when you're just applying black shadow. Yes, you can be really precise, but it's just going to take a long time, and it's just going to be unnecessary time that you don't need to use when you can just clean it up afterwards. Just saying. And there you go. It looks a million times better, and it just looks a little bit more cleaned up. It looks a little bit sharper. I just think it really completes the look. So next up, we're gonna go in with the same brush that we used for the purple tone before, which is the Morphe E36, and we're going to go into the brown color right beside the beside the red tone, which is this one right here. And we're just gonna dip it in there, and now we're just gonna blend it in together with the black to soften the black up a little. You want to follow your natural eye globe line here, or the crease you created with the wipe. And if you feel like it's becoming a little bit too patchy, just go in with the black again, but with a little bit of a bigger brush, and just fluff it up. I like to grab my Morphe E17 and just go into the black like really lightly, and then just feather it like this, like really light motions and with a really light hand. Because in the end, all you want is just to blend the colors together. You don't want any harsh lines. You could stop here if you want to. You can really just, all you could do here is just blend this out, like really blend it, and then like blend it all the way where it's still light here. But I just decided to stop here because I am going to lighten up the inner part as well, because I just feel like this really needs a lot of color. So I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, and this is the MAC 242S, and I'm gonna spritz it with my Urban Decay All Nighter, like really lightly, just like one spritz or so. And then I'm going to go in to the gold color because we are creating a holiday look, and I just think that with the gold color it's gonna look smashing. Wow, that looks truly amazing. It has like, I feel like it's almost like a little bit, it shimmers in pink. I think it's like a gold, but to the rose gold part, it's not so much of a yellow, or at least that's how it became when I spritzed it. Again, create the line you want to have for your finished look. And I felt like I want to blend it in a little bit, so I'm just going to grab the same brush that I used for the little light brown color before, and I'm just gonna blend this in lightly so it doesn't have any sharp edges. And I like to go back and forth here because I want all the shadow to just like melt together like a really nice creme brulee or whatever. Now that we've done that, we are going in and we're gonna clean up the edges, and we're gonna do that with some concealer and like a really small brush. I am using the Makeup Forever 208 straight again because I just think that this is a really good brush for precision. You just want to clean it up like the liner if you have like if there's any edges that you don't like. So we're just gonna go in and we're gonna make sure that we clean up all the parts like all these parts right here and just make it really, really clean and pretty. I'm gonna stop here because I like this part being not as sharp, because I want this part right here, the third part, to be the sharpest and just be really like in your face sharp. I just created this really nice cut crease. I don't want to hide it using like really dramatic lashes, so I'm just going to be using my RODIAL ones in wispies, so they're going to be natural and just really light. They're not going to be too much. I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I'm using my mascara from Marc Jacobs. This is the Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara in number uno. And I'm just applying this to my lashes to prepare them for whatever falsies I'm putting on afterwards. Guys, so while I let my lashes dry, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply a small amount of the shade right here to the upper part. Like, I just want to blend it in a little bit more. So I'm just gonna grab it with the smaller brush that I used for, that I've used for a lot. So it's the Morphe F36, and I'm just gonna, with a really light hand, apply it just underneath there, on top of the red tones. We really want to create like a seamless shimmer. And we're finally done with the hard part. So, oopsie. So we've done our eyes, we applied our lashes, and like I said, I wanted some toned down lashes so you can really see what's happening behind my eyes and all the makeup that I've just put the effort in doing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do my base and I'm gonna do my face, but I'm gonna fast forward you doing this so we can really, really focus on the palette itself and not on our face. So I'm going back into the palette, and I'm going into this color right here, and I'm just gonna apply this at my lash line. And then I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna blend this in a little bit so it becomes like a little bit softer. Okay, so I just finished my base and I finished my eyes. I have to clean up a little bit here because I realized that I smudged it when I put on my lashes, but thankfully it was an easy fix with just some concealer, and I am so grateful for that. Anyways, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move on to my lips, and because the reason I didn't speed this up is because I have another Haus Laboratory product at hand, and this is one of their lip glosses. And it's this shade, it's a lip gloss in ETHERAL, but I'm just gonna apply this just as it is. I contoured my lips, or I tried to contour my lips. Sometimes it turns out perfectly, sometimes it just looks like I have a mustache. But I'm gonna apply this and we're gonna see how it looks. It has a really nice consistency. It's a little bit sticky. So it's like a pink shimmery shade. I really enjoy the applicator. Like, if you can see, it has like a really nice, like almost like a dome part right here, and then it's just a little bit curved, and I really found that it was really easy to just apply like at the bottom with the curved in part, and then at the top as well, and make like a really nice edge. Let me just set my makeup, because I want it to stay on all day, all night. This is the finished look. I think it turned out better than I had hoped for. I think it came together really nicely. The colors blended in beautifully. I am really happy with the colors overall. I think The color shades are stunning. They have gorgeous pigments on there, and the best part is that they are buildable. I really appreciated that there were mattes and shimmers. I think that that actually complemented this palette a lot. I think it's a gorgeous holiday palette because you have the Christmas tones, and you have maybe even the New Year's tone, and you have purple, which is really, really in right now. And purple is such a stunning color to have on your eye because it normally just brings out like every single eye color out there. It was really easy to work with. This palette was super easy. It was so blendable. It removed easily when I wanted to remove the part that I didn't want. And for the price range, which is for $34, then I think it's a fair price. It's not on the cheapest one because I think if you divide it, it's like $3.4 per shadow, which is not the cheapest because it's not like in the ColourPop range where like a shadow is $1 each. It is a little bit more on the expensive side, but at the same time you get a really, really nice quality for it. And if you want something that is a little bit more luxurious, that it looks really, really nice to have on your vanity, and maybe even to have in your purse and to bring with you, then this is a gorgeous palette. I think it's a good product, but like I said, it's not on the cheapest side, and I think that you could actually find a dupe for this. That is just something to consider as well. So that was pretty much it. The lip gloss I loved. I think the lip gloss is pretty. I want it in more shade. I wish I would have gotten like a little bit of a darker shade, like I mentioned, because it is a holiday look. This is just, I would probably use this more for an everyday. I also have the eyeliner. I haven't had the opportunity to try it on my eyes, but I did swatch it on my hand before. It stuck like really, really good on my arm. But that was pretty much my final thoughts on the palette. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and maybe that you even learned something. And if you did like this video, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!